Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Movies with D, and that's me. I'm your host Derek Woodron, actor, model, and big movie buff. And today, I want to thank you guys for joining me for an episode where we're going to review the movie Black Mass. Black Mass, which is based on a true story of a notorious gangster from Boston named Whitey Bulger, and the movie basically is a story about not when he came into power because it starts off in 1975, so he already was kind of he kind of already had a name for himself, but it basically takes place on what happened to reason why he was able to blow up so big and how he was able to get away with the things he did with help from the FBI and his brother and stuff like that. Uh, just to start off, I was very nervous for this movie when I first heard about it because it's Johnny Depp, and recently Johnny Depp's movies haven't been so great, and that's been an issue because he's a great actor, and I'm a big fan of Johnny Depp. But a lot of his last few movies, Transcendence, Lone Ranger, what was that crappy one I really hated? I don't remember what it's called. It was Mordecai. That one, real bad. And so it was sad. I mean, it's good. It was. I was nervous for this movie because of those reasons. Those movies you thought were going to be decent or pretty good, and they weren't. But so first off, I did enjoy the movie very much. The tone you get from the trailer is like the movie. It's Whitey Bulger is a real crazy and this is a very intense movie. But let me start off with my negatives. And so I think first off, it's not a movie that's for everyone. You come into it thinking it's like a gangster movie, like your Goodfellas, your Godfathers. I mean, a lot of the Martin Scorsese movies, like Departed and stuff like that. And it's not really like that type of movie. Granted, the subject matter is Whitey Bulger, and he is a notorious gangster. But I say the movie's kind of in that sense, it's not for everyone because it's not that kind of a gangster movie. But at the same time, it could be kind of stale at times. It wasn't so much for me, but I think it would bug other people because I think the other elements of the movie is what made me not notice how stale the staleness of it, and until I really thought about it. Uh, I think the other major negative for me is there's a lot of characters in the movie, a lot of different people that you want to know more about, like a lot of people that he that were in his organization and who some of the people who were in FBI. Like you want to get to know these guys. I mean they did a good job at giving you a snapshot of these people that you wanted to know more of them. And from what I heard, there's actually a director's cut coming with the DVD that's like a 3 hour cut. So maybe I'll find out more about those characters through that. But of course, everybody doesn't want to sit through 3 hours of a movie, especially if like I said, it's kind of stale. So not it wouldn't be for everybody anyway. With that, that's everything for my negatives. My positives are, I think my negatives I might have more negatives in the video of the movie, but at the same time, my positives are so positive, and my negatives are more nitpicky, and most of them didn't really bother me. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. One thing I did forget about my next that threw me off is the makeup and hair. I mean, the movie takes place. It starts off in 1975 and carries on to I believe present day 2012, I believe, and I mean, of course, Johnny Depp has on tons of makeup and prosthetics, and it bugged me for a quick minute, but I mean, I quickly got over it. But everybody else, I mean, it was pretty good, but there were times in the movie where, like, yeah, you can tell, his sideburns are real fake, or he's wearing a hairpiece, and it's supposed to be that person's hair. So I mean, that it was something real small that I noticed watching the movie, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Like I said, the negatives they're there, but they're not enough they didn't take me out of an enjoyment. It just took me. I just noticed them basically. But back to my positives is the main one. I mean, it's Oscar season now. Sadly, summer's over, and it's Oscar season to where a lot of the Oscar type movies are coming out. So where a lot of the movies are very performance driven, and this movie has that in spades. Johnny Depp comes and shows us his acting chops as well as Joel Edgerton and everybody else in the cast, whether they're known actors or lesser known actors. Everybody brings a great performance, and they're very believable in their characters, especially with the Boston accent, which is very hard for most people to pull off because I mean I don't do the Boston accent or hear it as much, but it's very significant and different from anybody else's accent. So to pull that off is very difficult, and as well as the cast in general is a very talented cast, and Johnny Depp as well as Joel Edgerton. It's too early to really say, but I think their chances for being nominated for an Oscar are pretty well. Granted, we have a lot more movies to come out, But performance-wise, they're both of their performances were so good. I think they both have a pretty good chance at being nominated, especially Johnny Depp because the movie is carried on him and his performance. And my favorite part about I guess my favorite thing about the movie is the tension. And you have to go off of Whitey Bulger's actual reputation, and they give it to you right off back, and you feel it. And the fact that Johnny Depp's character can go from one minute he's really talking to you, he's real nice, he seems he's okay, but he could do something so despicable while still but treating you nice before he does something. It's like every scene that somebody does something that you're like, he's kind of crazy, so he might not like that. I was in the movie theater always wondering like, is he gonna kill this person? Is he gonna hurt this person? Is this person okay? Or I'm thinking to myself, do they really not know he's about to kill him or he's gonna hurt them? Like, do they not know that they really made him mad? But he does a good job at hiding it at the same time. So I mean, all that was what I was enjoying in the movie the most. Is like, he's a despicable guy in every way, or not every way, but most ways, and how they were able to take and capture that and then put it on film was just it's what I went for. I went for that performance. I went to really understand somebody I never knew anything about, somebody that I never want to meet or never really had an interest in until the movie came about. And gangster movies are fascinating anyway. The last thing I'd say as one of my positives is, granted, Whitey Bulger is a despicable character, but they didn't just stay on this guy's bad and he's only bad. They show a human side to where, just like any of us, you can be a perfect person in most ways, but you have some skeletons, and it's the opposite for him, where he's a really bad guy, but he does have good qualities about him. Where when you come to like his son in the movie and his wife, like he's very loyal to them, he's a very loving father and stuff like that, and they really showcase that. And I'm glad they showed that side, so it's not just, he's just a bad guy, evil, blah blah blah. It's like, no, everybody has different sides, and I really appreciate them capturing that and giving us all of that instead of just that he's just a bad guy. He's always going to do this. He's always going to do that. Like it was very nice to see some of that stuff sprinkled in. With that being said, my score for the movie would actually be an 8.5. I was excited for the movie, and I definitely got everything I expected to get from it. Again, I don't think the movie is for everyone, but if you're into gangster mob films or you like watching movies with great performances, this is definitely a movie for you. And I mean, if you like just looking at different takes on people and somebody's way of life in Boston and stuff like that, where it was back in 1975 and stuff like that, it's definitely a film you can enjoy if you like any film like that. But that's all I got for your day. So that's Black Mass, my review for Black Mass. So if you let me know if you've seen it, if you want to see it after my review, or if you don't want to see it. If you have seen it, let me know what you liked, what you disliked, or if you did like the film or dislike the film. Just keep the conversation going and just let me know what you guys think. You can reach me at any time on all social media: Snapchat, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that, dwood2324. And make sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel and share us as well. That'll help out a lot. And that's all I got for you guys today. Have a good weekend and deuces.